Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rainbow Six Siege Pro League, coming to you live from the Intel Extreme Masters Expo here in Katowice, Poland. We have seen 4 of our 8 teams from across Europe in the PC Pro League battle it out so far. We've got 2 more lined up for you. It's important to point out that, of course, this is the PC division for Europe. There's, of course, also the PC for North America, and the same goes North America and Europe on the Xbox. But today, we're meeting our 8 for the European PC. They battled their way through the Go4s, all the ranking to get here, to stand here for the first time in the Pro League and battle it out for this audience here that's turned up to see this game that's relatively new, surrounded by the titans here at the Intel Extreme Masters. But you know what? It's doing a fantastic job. The last matchup was exactly that, entertaining right down to the wire. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot more as we now get to meet our second 2 teams we're going to see playing. One of them hails from Finland, that's Gifu, and the other Gbots all the way from Spain. And they're going to stand here and do what they can on this stage to prove that they belong to be here in this Pro League, and of course, hopefully show you why and how they're going to do it. We've seen some good maps so far. I'll be interested to see what's going to be coming up, and I'm sure that there needs to be a little analysis thrown on this one. And for that, I pass you off to the wonderful Panky.
Well, I might not be the wonderful Panky, but I am Munchables, and I am going to bring you some analysis heading into the second half of our first game day. Now, I am joined, of course, by Aaron, and
Yes.
Jen. So, going to be laying some insight on the games that we have coming up. Now, before we move on to the games that we've got coming up, I do just want to quickly recap on kind of what's been going on across the course of today. We've had 4 games so far, and we have 4 teams tied at the top of the scoreboard, each team managing to win 1 map and managing to lose out on one map as well. So our bracket essentially looks like 11s down the top of the scoreboard and then a whole bunch of 0s. But that won't be the same for much longer, because our last 4 teams are going to be playing in our next 2 games. Now, we've had some pretty crazy matchups so far.
Amazing matches. It's been really good.
I want to ask you, because, I mean, you've been there casting them with me to start off with. Do you think we're going to see that caliber of play out of all of these teams for the whole tournament? Because if so...
Why not?
I'm not going to have a voice by the end of the day.
Why not? That's all I'll say. I think the player's been really, really good, and I don't know why it wouldn't continue.
Absolutely. Okay, so, I mean, our first matchup of the second half, or it's not our first matchup, it's our third matchup. It's going to be Sefue up against the Gbots. Now, Jen, what do you think about this matchup on paper? Because it's kind of Finland versus Spain. It's almost like a national varsity, almost, it feels like, to some extent. Do you feel like you could give a bit of a favor to one of these 2 teams at all?
From what I've heard, honestly, I didn't get to watch that many games from them yet, but Gifu, I heard a lot of good things about them, so I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out. I don't know if you would agree that it's maybe not the favorite, but the one that comes from a stronger background.
See, I've heard similar things. That it's actually pronounced, I got told off earlier by one of the players, it's pronounced Sefue.
Sefue?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can't
We're all
say
saying it
I'm
wrong.
an expert in Finnish myself, so... but it is apparently Sefue. They're going to be going up against Gbots.
I thought Gbot were the stronger ones.
Yeah,
that's what I've been told.
One of the Penta players. I happen to...
Maybe I talked to different people.
See, this is the thing, and that's one of the beautiful things about the Pro League is we are right at the start. We're right at the cusp of what's kind of happening here. So it can very much go any way, and we've heard a lot of people saying that Penta are going to be one of these massive heavy hitters. They've just gone 1-1 with WTF.
Yeah,
so
yeah, they started out so strong, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did, yeah. Really, really strong.
Absolutely did. So let's talk then in terms of the maps that we're going to see coming out. We've kind of seen already some sort of wildcard stuff coming out here. We've seen Plane played. What kind of maps do you expect to see coming out over the course of the rest of today? What would you say are going to be the most common ones?
But they're getting banned, aren't they? They're banning them, and then it's the one they weren't looking for, which is the one they play. So, I mean, anything. I'd like to see House. I
would love to see House.
Yeah,
it's one
nice
of my favorite. It was one of the first maps that we created on the game.
It's easy to digest as well for like new people like watching the game. Very, very easy to digest.
It's easy to do the call-outs too, as in your player. You like it just makes sense. Like everybody lives in the house, obviously.
And you know what a house is called. You know.
Also,
it's easier to project yourself as well as like the surroundings. It makes sense.
Also, yacht. Because it's new, I'd like to see what kind of strategies people have on that map.
This is kind of like the aeroplane factor that we talked about when we were casting that game. Is kind of like
aeroplane.
I know we keep on talking about aeroplane. I just can't believe it actually happened. But it's kind of that. If you don't think that this map's going to be played and you've practiced a bunch of strategies, then maybe that can kind of lend you a free win. And I suspect that's kind of what happened with WTF there. Not that they had a free win, but they've obviously practiced playing. They had that set strategy. And
well, it sounded like Penta actually did know that map with the interviews. So that was interesting.
I don't know. And as well, it was interesting that Penta kind of changed their strategy. But again, if we do see someone on Yacht, I think Yacht's probably, in my opinion, one of the least likely maps that we're going to see. Let's take a look at the
wait until we just see it.
We've got coming through.
Wait until we Yacht.
Yeah, we are going to see Sefue here. It's going to be Wilkie, Junis, Protax, as Easy Loss, and Cheffy coming out from the side of Gifu. And their opponents are going to be the Spanish Gbots. Now, I was talking to the Penta players, and they were saying that the Gbots are kind of their dark horse team that's really going to be a contender. So, honestly, with kind of rumors flying in all directions.
So I'm not that wrong.
No, exactly. It really could be kind of anything goes, honestly, at this point. And I think it's going to be a lot down to the maps.
I'd be really surprised if we do end up on Yacht. I know that yesterday we had a pro player workshop and we were discussing with the players. They told us it's a tough map because of the time limit, and it's a big map. So going in with 3 minutes, it's a tight race for the attackers.
It really is. And we saw that a few times where people are really starting
at the very, very start of the first game, they ran out of time.
Yeah,
the first round, didn't they?
I believe the players are just about getting ready. Before we head onto the stage, let me just quickly ask you guys. So we've seen some crazy games so far. We've seen crazy clutches. Do you think that we're going to see more like 1v4s? Do you think we're going to see more 1v3s?
I hope so.
Yeah?
I hope so.
I would hope so too, but I know that teams kind of tend to go by tandem, so I'm curious to see if it's going to turn out like that.
Once the bomb gets planted, anything can happen.
That's kind of, it's exactly what you said about the time limit. It's like, once that pressure is on, that's when you've really kind of got
when magic happens.
Make things happen. And, I mean, we've seen that go both ways as well. We've seen that be fantastic, and we've seen that completely fall apart.
And rushing in is not always the best option.
Sometimes it isn't.
But I mean, when the timers runs out, there's not really another option.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're on that last 15 seconds, you're like, well, I got to go for something here. But you often just get gunned down. But
but you never know. You never know.
Heading into our first map then, I'm going to, even though obviously this is first week, first time we're seeing these guys play, I'm going to ask you guys for some predictions here. Sefue versus the Gbots. Jen, who do you think is going to take this one?
I'm going to go with Sefue.
Sefue, okay.
I'll go for Gbots.
Gbots, okay, so we've got one apiece. As the host, I'll leave it between you guys.
You can say both, 1-1. Just like it has been.
I think everyone's just going to get 1 point apiece, and by the end of today, we're going to be 2-2 for everyone. Maybe not, we'll see. But we are going to be passing over to our capable casters who are going to be taking us through the action in this third series of the day. Take it away, Panky and Punji.
Thank you very much, Joe. Sorry about that slight miscommunication with Sean, but we're now here in the super comfy seats to take you through these next two games coming. Sisu, of course, coming up first against Gbots, Spanish versus Finland. Big clashes there through. And, of course, a brand new map that we get to see in the permanent. House is now going to be played alongside Oregon.
One of my favorites, definitely.
Yeah, House is great. And as we saw, Simon mentioned earlier, he's expecting teams to be very, very aggressive on this map.
Yeah.
Lots of peeking outside. It's not so much been the case. So it's interesting to see how these guys are going to shape that up. You have some special tactics of your own, I know, in House. And there's a couple of little spots. Is there anything you really want to see stand out?
I definitely want to see more peeking this round. I really do. I think that it's a valid strategy. It just... maybe more delayed. I think most attacking teams that are good wait for it, wait for the peak, wait to rock the defenders in the face. But, you know, that delayed push, or that delayed, smack the window open, don't be there, wait till the attacking team hits somewhere else, and then start doing something. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and we are right on the edge of being ready as this will get into the game as soon as the players have started to settle in and go. And I'm looking for some slightly different attackers. I know why those 5 are so strong. The Twitch, the Thermite, the Thatcher, the Sledge, and the Ashe. And on House, they're going to be strong again, especially Ashe and Twitch because of their high speed, their high mobility. That's why they're picked. But 2 new teams, different map. I'm still holding out hope for something. Maybe even a recruit shield, which I'm told Gbots are a little bit...
well...
I can't remember the word. They like the idea of it. But yes, we've got a fuse. It's a good start.
There's something.
So, you see the initial round. Obviously, these garage doors being reinforced every single time. And normally, you'd expect to see a deployable shield put in there to watch that little bookcase on the left.
Right.
Tunis is looking for those windows. These are, again, expected peaks. And this is our first shotgun pulse. We talked about this briefly on the desk. We talked about this very early in the day, how people like to take shotguns for their utility, to open up holes and to create sight lines that you don't normally have.
And this is a great map for it.
Shield.
Yep.
So now it's a question of where is Pulse going to make those holes?
It looks like down at the, so back behind the garage, you can open up, towards the, what do you call that? The gym.
Yeah.
And gives you a perfect sight into both bombs. And gives you a playable position between them.
Ashe pushing in, that window's open, and you can see it's perfect. It slows her down nicely and checks that nice tight angle. Even though there's no one there, it's made her cautious on her push up towards the building. Now starts pre-firing that hole. Just looking for those cheeky little early kills, but we're seeing a very good job here from Gifu, not peeking these holes, not letting those early kills go over. And that's the first 30 seconds of the round gone, and it's very key to just burn through the time on these attackers.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Sledge is going for the spray. It's a shotgun there, so Pulse is sitting there right close to that window. He's actually come outside, but has to dive back inside before his timer and detection.
Just didn't have the timing on it.
He's not fallen too far back either. He's keeping this whole area locked down the stairs. It's an interesting spot to put it. We do see the Bandit battery trick for the first time, but Ashe is going to try and destroy that deployable shield. Now there's 2 there. Did Tink...
Ooh.
Knocked it down. 1 down now on Gbots. Gifu do get that thermite off. The battery trick doesn't quite work this time thanks to that distraction. And now they've got that garage hole open. Spraying through the door again.
And that is honestly makes or breaks it. If you fail the garage push, it's so much harder to hit the basement.
Yeah, now actually, nice. I see them open up the garage door, so they've got that way in, and now that's something that Sefue have to pay attention to. But they're all, Gbots have to pay attention to. But they're all going upstairs, and they're picking up a plethora of kills in the process. These roamers getting picked off very, very quickly. Junas, we see him still there playing around on that side of the map. Thermite and Fuse, all to find. We yet to see Fuse actually use his special ability. Let's see if he pulls anything off with it. It's great for displacing people, but less so for kills. And they now know where Junas is. Thermite just trying to keep him pinned in that room. He knows he can't get out the other way. He can't go out through that window. He'll get detected instantly. The spray through the wall comes through. Gifu pushes. And Jace is in the back to finish off Junas. Nice little pincer move.
2 to 3 now.
Yeah, from Gbots. Using their small numbers advantage on that top floor to their advantage. But now we've got those turret players, as Aria explained this to her, left close to the objective, downstairs waiting for this push to come out from Gbots. First Fuse goes down on top of the garage. On top of the gym. Does force Protax to adjust his position a little bit, but nothing too crazy. He's still in there on that bomb. Lion, of course, has the diffuser. Thermite there is still a little bit split. I'm expecting them to group up and push in the same directions. One comes down kitchen, and Protex will get dropped because of that distraction on stairs. The camera is still there in gym, but a nice return from Easy Loss. Kills Thermite. That's the diffuser down. Gets that first peak. 1 more down. 1v1, unless he gets that guy up.
I have a feeling he's going to get him.
Yeah, he's going to look for the plant. He's only got 3 seconds, so he has to get it done. It will obviously hold off through that channel. Diffuser gets picked up. He's in there.
Wow, he was in the room.
Walked straight in the room. Didn't see him at all.
Couldn't find him.
Didn't, in fact, get Easy Loss up, so there was a 1v1 through that time. But the diffuser is going to be disabled, and Sefue are going to take our opening round.
Defender mission successful.
So, interesting strategy from Sefue. I love how they blew open the garage, but then went straight upstairs. They gave that impression of a threat. They blew open that hole and made Gbots look that way and use some of their resources in that direction.
Right, once the hole's there, you have to pay attention to it.
Yeah, and
once
then they just swarmed the rest of the house.
Yeah. Haven't really seen that happen too much, too. But it's a great idea. Open it up and leave it.
Yeah.
They can't use it.
This time around, it didn't quite work out for Gbots. They got the plant down, but didn't get it. Okay. Very different bomb spawn now. Upstairs, we got kids' bedroom and construction. There we see a shotgun being used by Smoke this time, in fact, to blow up a nice hole in this walk-in wardrobe to get a beautiful angle into that kid's bedroom, because that is ultimately really easy to breach as the attackers if that wall is not made.
Right. If you reinforce both those walls in kid's bedroom, you're kind of leaving that open to plant easily.
Yeah,
Because
from
it's
that,
virtually impossible to defend from inside.
Exactly. From that tower outside, you get a great angle straight in through the stairs and through the room itself, and then you go through 2 windows, and you've got control of that B-bomb site.
Right.
So I expect that's where we're going to see Sefue assault, but we'll have to wait and watch. They've got a couple of drones left alive downstairs, giving a good view of any roamers down there. We'll see how they plan to take those out on their way. I love this Valentine skin, but I complete off track. But Valentine skin is amazing. Castle.
Notice a lot of them using the dev skin today, too. Right?
A lot of the dev skins, yeah, those are very pretty. I'm yet to see one in game. We do see Castle. We saw it used obviously in the Oregon map, Clubhouse map before, on doorways downstairs, which we weren't sure about, but now on windows. It's the one place I think a lot of people agree is his strength. Thatcher looking for that opening, sees a hole, and again, just like before, the holes are enough to slow people down and make.
And that garage
think twice.
reinforcement is interesting.
Yeah, just to confuse them a little bit as to where maybe the bombs are, or at least slow down again a push in. Here he is up on that tower towards kid's bedroom, got a beautiful angle in through the entire top landing, but again, Gbots are doing a good job of not peeking, not sticking their head out into this fire. And it's 2 minutes now where Sefue have to get inside this objective. They've got a shield, so they haven't gone with the twitch that I was talking about earlier on, but yet we haven't really seen Sefue do anything with it. He's just standing on a roof.
Right. Which is odd. You'd think the shield would kind of be playing more point man, and he's sort of the most reserved player on their team right now.
Well, he does not have breach charge. He's only got smoke grenades, so I expect, and this is, as we said, the B-bomb site, open it up, fill it with smoke and get a plant, but they've actually broken into the main bedrooms. They want to clear out this little walk-in wardrobe. They know how key it is to holding that bomb site. Now,
I think they're really looking for the defending team to make a mistake, try to get a pick on them before they actually push in.
Get those numbers advantage. We have a couple of players pushing the bathroom. They now, thanks to that drone, know that there is someone in there. They're just looking to try and pick off that kill, but they've got 1:25, and they are still all locked outside the building. First man goes down. Easy loss actually picked off on the tower from the other side, and the 1, 2, 3 through the window.
That's what they were waiting
Gbots
for.
picking up a plethora of kills already, and Thermite's left on his own. Does try and vault through, but gets killed in the process. That was a really nice played round by Gbots, just patiently waiting, watching all their angles in the doorways, and as soon as Sefue walks into it, flat.
Done, yeah.
So
I went from 5-5 to over really
very,
fast.
Very quickly. The shotguns, which I know we mentioned is utility and to make holes are great, but there is his other strength. When you've got that tiny little choke point, when you can be nice and close to them without risking yourself, shotguns, as soon as they came through that window, just completely flattened the team.
Oh, it's a great panic backup for something like smoke.
Yeah, so Gbots back on the attack against Sefue, now using those upstairs spawns as well, the kid's bedroom and the construction, of course, having won their first defensive round. Now we see a fuse again from Gbots. He's a good attacker because he's got that 3 armor. He's got
Great
really
gun.
tanky and a good, really good gun.
Yeah.
But his special less useful, especially on this top floor because you can't put it through the roof.
It's although the defending team. Oh, they do have Jaeger. Never mind. Sorry.
It will be great if they can get Fuse in and close to that walk-in wardrobe.
Right.
Perfect little spot so you can clear out that room. But the chances of getting anyone close to that to plant it are very, very low. Again, we see some very key drone spots downstairs from Gbots, just watching the entire bottom floor so they can see how many roamers there are, who they've got to keep an eye on, and where they can find these guys. But once more, checking the windows on the way in, see a couple of them broken, and it slows down their push. But the whole time, it's just scoped in, watching it, taking a cheeky sprint, and then back in and watching it again. And just like before, they've reinforced the garage because it's a possible way in, and this is exactly why I'm thinking about it. Another one of these drones on the bottom floor, now giving them information that, okay, I go through here, there's someone there. Let's try and take out this roamer. This one, of course, being Smoke. Double check, see how he reacts to that breach charge going off. See what kind of...
It's a great drone
sitting
spot.
in. As he looks the wrong way, puts himself on the right-hand side. Ash goes for the kill and can only get a tag. Doesn't manage to finish Smoke off, but he is now incredibly low. Takes out the camera, and this is now the bottom half of the map, or at least the entire garage, in Gbot control, which is brilliant for him.
I've definitely noticed more and more teams playing a roamer in the basement for the top floor here.
Very nice thermite kill. Immediately downs this guy. Now he's going to go track him down. Can use obviously to bait for the revive if he's careful. Gets dropped through the wall, in fact.
The Super 90.
Or, well, in fact, did the Super Knifey drop down above him? Yes, the Super Knifey dropped down above him.
Down, yeah.
But we do now start seeing Gbots again in the bottom floor, but they don't quite have it controlled. Gets dropped again by a shotgun. Junas, very, very aggressive player with that. And once more, Gbots are down now. 5 against 2. Same, almost, it was 5v4 at the last round.
Right.
They've got to try and do what they can to make this happen. One down player is finished off now by Legno. Doesn't know how many are close, but the shots are coming in, and he can't react in time. He gets dropped. One man left.
That SMG-11, you just disappear.
And no longer one man left. Junas pulsed him out, figured out where he was, and jumped on him with that shotgun, and he executed him straight from the top. That's brutal.
Finally
That's
outside.
A very, very good pulse.
I knew they'd be outside this game. This was
The house
the one.
is too small of a map for players to not go
It is,
outside.
and there's so many ways to go in and back out, or back out and back in. Sorry.
Yeah, just out of a top window, down in through a basement, and
Right.
through the kitchen window, or master bedroom, in through the kitchen. So many little alleyways which you can get to in these 2 seconds that, in some ways, for the defenders, really open the map up.
Yeah, a lot.
So, switch it back up again. Of course, now Gbots on the defense. Sefue with those 2 rounds under their belt, winning a defending round and a
There's that
back.
blitz again.
And yeah, there it is. Didn't really feel like he brought anything last time. As you mentioned, he sat on the roof, didn't do a lot.
I've
and
been surprised that we've
slaughtered.
seen him this many games.
Yeah, tries to vault in the room, which a shield is no use when you're in the vault, and he got absolutely destroyed. But we do see it different again. We see basement being reinforced completely by Gbots, but there's no bombs in here. Hang on, have they gone? They've gone pool room and gym, have they not? Yes, they have. They've gone pool room and gym. So another very different bomb. One that I honestly didn't think we'd see at all.
The stack is not
like
a
unless
favorite.
unless the team defended both the bedroom and the garage completely, I didn't think we'd see this at all. So I'm very interested to see how these guys try and defend it. They have blown that trapdoor in the A bomb site straight away, so that helps them with mobility between the two, which is very, very important. But now I think we've got to play it like we saw Clubhouse played by Penta. Very, very aggressive. We've got to pick them off before they can get close, because once they get close, it's very hard to retake those bomb sites.
Right.
The basement, of course, now a focus of attention here from Sefue, thanks to all these reinforcers and the fact that it gains access to that gym bomb site pretty easily. And again, if you plant in the gym and you've got control of this garage, it's very, very hard for the enemy team to retake it. All 5 members from Sefue actually coming from a very similar direction, but they're droning in first, so they've got their extra eyes in there. See a couple of roamers from Gbots upside, but they're on the wrong side of the map. They're on the top floor in the opposite direction, and they've not been peeking out these holes. So Sefue gets straight in and get garage control very, very quickly and easily. They've got another thermite charge, and it's going to go off through here nice and free. Bandit's not there to try and battery trick it. And that's the A bomb site open. Very clean and easy here for Sefue, in all honesty. I'd like to see Gbots try and stop them a bit more and not give them such control for free. I'm not seeing the roamers like peek out, taking up a hot shots, run away and make them fight for this objective. They're just checking it with the drone and then walking on in there.
I wonder if it's a lack of communication. You would think the roamers would have rotated towards the garage as they started pushing it, but I don't know if maybe just the comms aren't there.
Wilkie does pick up 1 kill, but immediately it is answered by Gbots, so it's a nice 1-for-1 trade. We now see a shield, and interestingly enough, shield being behind. There we go, a nice attempt here from Gbots, using that mobility you mentioned, jumping out from a window, getting in behind routes that you can't normally take as a defender. But this time, very, very on point, Junas with this.
Not much you can do when you fall straight into a shield.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad day for everybody.
Gbots do pick up a nice kill on that shield with a shotgun. Unfortunate team kill comes through, but Junas and Protax very quickly clean up the 2 remaining members of Gbots and finish off that round in a 3-for-1 style. Last man down there on the stairs. I'm very confused. Sorry, it threw me with that team kill. I just saw blue on blue come up in the kill feed, and everything else went to loss. But 3-1 now. Sefue over Gbots. Honestly, Sefue don't really look stretched right now.
No, not at all.
It'll be interesting to watch Gbots evolve. They are, like Sam mentioned, one of a very strong team that a lot of people were looking to look out for. Penta, well, they consider Penta to be like their closest competition, which is a pretty high bar to set. But right now they're struggling in Sefue, who, if you want to be technical about it, qualified 3rd, going on the Go for Rainbow Six.
Yeah, I'm very
surprised
to see
Penta one above them.
how they're doing so far. Maybe this isn't a map they've prepped for. I feel like most of the teams do, but
Yeah. I mean, as we heard from Metal, like 11 maps is a lot of maps. It's very hard to prep for all of those. So, yeah, focus on a few, ban out the ones you can't. But maybe they got unlucky with their ban phase. I'm not quite sure how that went down, so they got this map. But we'll go with it. We've got the basement bombs here again then for Sefue on their defense. They've once again reinforced the entire garage, blew up some trapdoors above it. And again, a nice slow approach forced out here for Gbots. But not too many people, in fact nobody, peeking windows, because I risk it. You've already slowed them down by making the holes. You've already slowed them down by making them check it. Don't think you head it. It's a nice, easy target.
And with them up 3-1, they don't have to play that aggressive right now. They don't need the picks. They're winning gunfights.
There might Thatcher trying to stop this battery trick. Battery's going down on random walls, just being picked up again just to try and waste the EMPs.
I'm surprised.
Down. It's the wrong hole.
It's extremely difficult to hear which thing he's planting on, and I'm surprised more teams don't just arbitrarily fire their weapon to cover.
Yep, and especially, I mean, there they got a bit luckier with it because the car alarm was going off.
Right.
So it makes it even tougher still. But you're right, like,
but
why not just spam a couple
mask.
of bullets from a really loud gun and mask the noise? But once more, Gbots blew open that door and have now gone straight upstairs, starting to clear out the rest of the house when there's that extra garage threat to focus on. Let's see if they can pull it off. Diffuser to transfer to someone a little bit safer. Sledge making his way into the kids' bedroom. Bathroom has been taken over already. In all fairness, no one else up here from Sefue, so they're taking their time, but there is one underneath. Wilkie will drop Crip the second he peeks over the edge of there. Gbots to return there by finishing off on Wilkie, trading 1 for 1. Thermite peeks out at the top of the stairs. Thatcher's on the stairs, so he knows he's safe to do that. There is one more roaming player, and they know where he is. They're trying to close in onto Junus, but he's got that pulse. He's using that heartbeat sensor and that shotgun, waiting for the moment, and then drops down on top of him. Shotgun shots come out. He does get one kill, but now there's another one pushing in. Can he get a second? No. Immediately dropped by Drid.
Another trade, though. That's
Very nice trade, 1 for 1, which always benefits the defenders. They can lower those numbers down. Gbots opening up. Finally got a numbers advantage without a, I was going to say without a trade, but a trade happens on the other bomb site. Back to a 2 for 2. These guys are going in one at a time.
They are.
Now these 2 Gbots members need to kind of group up. Nice drone uses there to find Protex, actually got him out. We saw Twitch was on the drone in a corner. Now Thatcher looking for the last kill. He knows he's got to be on the B bomb site. They've cleared A already, but they've got to get this diffuser. And he finds Gifu. Gifu's going to peek. And he gets dropped by Leon. Nice. Gbots much more slow and methodical, and they definitely traded better in that map. That's 100% what that was.
And as you said, trading is definitely defender-sided. Every trade you make, it becomes easier to defend and harder to attack.
Exactly. So let's see what you try and switch it up with. Kids' bedroom is the current vote here from Gbots as their defense. They couldn't quite pull it off the first time round, but same as before, another blitz from Sefue. Yes, it's been okay. He picked up. He hasn't picked up too many kills.
It's just the use of that shield particularly. It's got to be the most surprising thing to me today. How many teams have picked Blitz and how often they've done it. Very surprising.
Yeah, like they've not exactly been like super aggressive in using the flash on it. They've just been using it as any other generic shield.
So why not take recruit and get the grenade?
Exactly. Why not take that for the utility? Why not just get the mobility?
Exactly.
It's super fast and swift, and especially Sefue, they are playing very aggressive. They are a very aggressive team. Junus especially, we've seen sprinting at people on multiple occasions. They like to be fast, so why take such a slow shoot? I don't know. But kids' bedroom again set up. All the defenses in place. Chui getting a nice little distraction hole and kill holes ready, and they're in the basement again. But we've got drones all over the map once more from Sefue. They have complete coverage of I think it's the middle floor, where they can detect and suspect where people are coming from. This is a nice little spot. I don't think many people realize that. You can blow this bookcase and see into kitchen from a second angle that people don't always expect. You can do that with the grenade, you can do it with a breach charge. Something nice and explosive that you can just sit next to that thing will blow it up. It also works on this bookcase. It's on the right side of his screen there that shows the wall to that walk-in wardrobe. That is destructible, and then you get access to that wall as well. So a couple of little things if you have put yourself in a tight spot.
And the bookcase is definitely a favorite hiding spot too.
Very much so. Now, we'll keep sledging in that master bedroom again. They know it's a prime hiding spot for someone. You just got to try and track that person down. three members of Gbots up here on the top floor, and we see Crip lying there on the stairs. They've got a good coverage of that floor, but it's all a matter of time before Sefue find them and then close in on what is currently a very static position for them. Drone's running.
I think this spot is such a key place to get so many angles, but so dangerous. Once they know you're there, once they start fighting back at you, you have nowhere to go. You can't turn around and climb down.
Yeah, it's a very, very exposed spot. We just have firefight break out on the stairs. He's unlucky because he got the drop on the guy, but Bandit picks up that first kill. Gbots pick up a second kill, and it's suddenly looking very good for Gbots to level up this round, 3 for 3.
It's the thing with those instant kill headshots. Even when you get the drop, if they aim better, you just die a lot faster.
I mean, there was a lot of shots coming out from that LLE5 and didn't pick up the kill.
Right.
Arguably, you didn't deserve it. If you fired that many shots and can't pick up the kill, yeah, you got to be careful. Checking for frost traps, something which we've seen a lot of frost. Haven't seen so many of her traps, to be fair. Gbots pick up another kill just off the screen, and a fourth kill, and it's all on easy loss. Let's see how he does. He does drop down from the pedo tower and get spotted, and immediately taken out by Bandit, is having a great game so far. That's 2 or 3 kills he picked up in that round. Really helped secure that advantage.
I would say, though, that Frost Shotgun is enough. Whether you do or don't even
did a
use
cartwheel.
it.
That was quite something.
Aerobatics.
Yes. So, switching out, level back on 3-3. A really nice comeback here from Gbots. Clawed their way back into this, forcing slightly different bomb sites and playing definitely much more methodical, or in that case more aggressive, which is perfect for how Sefue had been playing early. They were looking to get free entrances to objectives, and they were given it in the early rounds. Here, every time they looked to walk into a room which previously was easy and free, they thought was free, someone pushed them back. In this case, Bandit pushed back, picked up the kills, turned it right on their head. Sefue had to claw for everything they could get, and this time lost out on it.
Right,
So,
they open up a lot of things. They don't necessarily reinforce as much as you would expect. They play more kill holes, more different angles, so that they can, so you're always nervous going in, do I look left, do I look right, which kill hole am I watching, which door.
Wilkie drone hunting right there, and yeah, perfectly right. They are now again scanning around the rest of the map. Just a couple of drones left up for Gbots, but one of them was, or 2 of them were in the garage. One of them has been found, the other one is still there. Protex. Oh, I thought it was very confused why he was showing up on my screen for a second. It's a slight spectate bug. Then again, slow, aggressive walk across the front entrance from Ash.
There's just a lot of windows for them to peek out that side.
This time none of them are open though, so she feels much safer to just sprint all the way across the car park once she's looked at them all once. Will now blow away into the area, which she knows is clear because they have a drone in there. Takes out the camera nice and quick. Bit of a risk doing in that order because she hadn't seen that kill hole first. If she'd have gone for that camera and there was someone in this kill hole,
Dead.
Dead, exactly. So got a little bit lucky there, but now she knows there's someone around here. Why would you make that kill hole and completely give it up? That's the whole point of staying in a sort of close by spot. She's watching for it. Plays a hole in the gym. Her position is currently known, but you see there's 2 teammates on her right now. They're grouping up a lot better. So if she goes down, there's someone there to trade the kill. This is much better and stronger for Gbots. But they've got control of the bottom half of the bottom section, the basement of this map. Now they can start working their way up. Drid on the roof. Do you get that twitch back now? I've got to prefer it 10 times over the blitz. Like, yes, okay, she has that thing, but on the map this small, that Famus's fire rate is
the highest fire rate in the game. It's arguably the best assault rifle.
Yeah. Wilkie is dropped down by Crip, just fires it in from the roof, takes one out in construction. They know there's one bomb in there, and they're going to look to make their move. Gbots keeping that that diffuser also very safe and far out back. Slowly working their way upstairs now. Gifu do pick up 1 kill. They've also switched their play from the last few rounds and being very slow themselves now, not being so aggressive because it didn't work out so much. They know, however, there's one more in construction somewhere. Looking for that opening. Ash breaching the wall in, so that's 2 angles they've got to look at now. Easy loss while he's trying to hold this room on his own. I'm very surprised that these 2 players from Sefue, completely other end of the building. Yes, this is very easy to watch all the way back this way on house, but right now.
I think, I honestly agree with those positions. I mean, it's giving them so many more angles to look back towards the bomb site. And I think most teams, especially on a map like this, where almost every wall you can shoot through.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to play in the bomb sites so much as just around them.
Easy Loss gets downed and finished off by Crip in that bomb site. Now that bomb site is completely open and clear. Gets himself in there, but he's still being shot. I can't figure out where from. Junes is dropped. Junes, that was in the bathroom, so that's 2 ends open. Choi gets a second one. There's only 1 player left, and Legno swings into the kid's bedroom to finish Sefue off. Much nicer execute again from Gbots. Slowly clearing their way up through the building. As you mentioned, those positions down in the other end, there's people in there because they can clear all the way back. And again, Gbots didn't all tunnel on one entrance. They had people coming from both ends of the house, clearing their way through and pincing them in. And thanks to that timing, it perfectly catches Sefue off guard and gets them all arguably in the back and takes them to match point.
With the roamers, you know? You're essentially could get 1v5'd. They know where you are, you know?
Yeah, they know where you are, they kept you down. So, the defending round to win the first map coming here for Gbots, who, just wanted to point out, went down 3-1 at the start of this, and are now up 4-3 and looking at match point. Very well done by them, as they've taken this interesting bomb site again. Pool table and gym. So, see how they do it. Reinforcing their edge again completely, of course, giving that up freely. Allowed access to the gym, which is arguably what lost them the first time they picked this bomb site.
They did the stack again, huh?
Yeah.
They seem really confident about that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad, or the way they held it before was not bad. They didn't give up B very easy. They held that nicely. It was A that they got lost. If they hold the garage a bit better this time around, I think they'd have a better shot at it. Let's see. They've got drones, the Sefue have drones in there, so they can see the garage currently being clear. Let's see how they choose to attack it. I expect they're going to blow in and go again.
That drop down above A does give you sight and height advantage over the whole point, pretty much. I mean, there are a couple little corners they can hide in, but
yeah,
it is, if they put most focus on B, A is a tough plan.
So Protex's drone still there, running around underneath that boat. And see, that's completely clear. And here's that angle that's opened up thanks to destroying that bookcase. Completely opens up kitchen. Man's coming across. Here we go. He'll blow open the garage in a moment. Junes in an interesting spot on his drone. Just crouched, staring in a corner. Someone told him off. Put in the naughty corner. But again, all of Sefue right now, all bar 1 player, are coming from the same direction. They were spotted on the camera, so they know. We're going to try and pre-fire through some walls, look at some stair angles. Knowing that kitchen hole is open now means they've constantly watch their back once they go through this laundry room. If someone drops down there and shoots them all as they're pushing the stairs, it could be catastrophic.
Especially Pulse is great for a play like that. Watching from the top, it happens a lot on plane. Sits in cockpit, waits for them to go down, jumps down behind him.
Hole has been blown into the gym now. Nice use of smoke here from Gbots to lock them out. And with all 3 smokes, can earn them a good 30 seconds of time in which you just cannot get through that hole you've just made. They remain forced back outside again because he hears that window being broken and doesn't want someone to drop behind him. And Junes can hear someone up top too, so he knows he's got to be careful and he keeps pre-firing the stairs in case that's where the rotate has gone through to. 1 minute 20. Sefue and Gbots all with 5 players left alive in a very, very small space. Sefue have cleared a lot of the house and are edging closer and closer to these bomb sites. There's a lot of Gbots
all the players still alive.
Exactly, that's unheard of, especially on a map this small.
Exactly, yeah.
It's going to get very, very explosive in a very short space of time. We've finally ticked under the bottom 60 seconds. Everyone looking for that one person to slip up. Interesting positioning for Rook here. He's not the fastest player, so when the action comes, flanking is not going to be quick from him. So I'd like to see him get into a slightly better spot, but here he comes. 40 seconds, another hole blown in the top, and we see Junes pick up the first kill. Gbots are starting to realize that the push is coming in. Junes is actually in and on the objective. No, he's not. Sorry, I lied. He's come back around one side, but he gets caught off in the middle of planting a breach charge, and Gbots have turned it on. They heard the execute come, and they've swiveled it on. We'll keep the last Sefue member down in a 3v1. That is the first map over to Gbots. I love that. I love that moment of play.
Great comeback.
5 players left alive on both scenes until the last 30 seconds. And the minute Sefue were like, right, let's start going. Let's do our last second breaches. Let's push through these doorways. Gbots went, okay, you're going to do this? We're going to come back you. They just ran at them. Smoke picked up 2 kills with the shotgun there on Laundry. People just weren't expecting to be pushed.
Getting under a minute with all 10 players alive is not good for the attacking team. Not good at all.
Not at all. It's situations like that which make like frost traps close to objectives, or even Capcan traps close to objectives, incredibly powerful, because you've got no time. You've got to get in there, and you can't stop and look for these things.
Right.
Unless you're just going to blown up. But we don't see any of that here. that's just me in a dream world.
But that comeback too. I mean, a 1-3 to a 5-3.
4 rounds straight from Gbots to completely turn that game on its head. Very, very impressive. And now we're going to switch it up to Oregon. Oregon's a map we've seen already. We saw some interesting strategies and lots of questionable upsides, but we saw that bedroom start from a couple of teams, which caught us by surprise, which is a tough bomb site to defend. But we are going back to our standard 5 attackers. Less blitzes probably coming in, unless these guys have,
maybe, I don't know,
have a preference for it.
A lot of blitz lately.
Yeah, exactly. But on that map, House, a blitz map, very small tight spaces where shields should thrive.
Yeah.
He never had an impact. He got rushed by shotguns a couple of times, which may be the reason, but never really.
Ever since that Super 90 came into play, I feel that alone has made shields less desirable.
That's very true, but
very,
in the
very
Super 90's
shotgun.
defense, we've seen just as many shotguns from Smokes and Pulses
Yeah, that's
in
true.
this game. So it's not all on poor Frost. But here we are into map number 2, obviously switching things up at the beginning of this round with a nice
Still got the blitz.
shot. We do see Gbots beginning on the defending side. Actually started with that that bedroom and bunk beds.
Yeah, there it is again.
Farm Dwyer plays at the top of the stairs. They're gonna. What are they doing? Oh, they're making a hole into this bridge above the meeting hall. They're looking for any players coming up that ladder. They'll immediately have to pop them as they climb. So, very dangerous climb if Sefue feel like going up there. That, and you just saw Frost can leap in. 2 players, because this is such a large map, especially compared to House. 2 players roaming around the rest of the map, and again, it's Rook.
Yep.
Very slow. Like Doc on roam is something we've seen a few people do from time to time, because he's got such a strong 1v1 with a great MP5 and an even stronger 1v1 thanks to being able to revive if he gets down. But Rook surprising me a little bit more. We did see Thatcher get tagged a little bit up there from the big tower, so first peeks outside we've seen to force him to slow down a little bit, but he immediately knows he's not going to be re-peeked from that window. So as soon as he hides in his safe, he knows his opponent has run away. There's no danger now from that window.
Right. I think one thing that makes Rick good for roaming in one sense is that his ability is one and done. You toss on the ground, you walk out.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do a whole lot else, where Jaeger has to place all the traps down, or I'm not sorry, not the traps, the
anti-grenade, Spider-Mine thing. Yeah. We saw a blitz again. I didn't get a chance to touch on it before he died, but blitz from Sefue on attack. Tried to go through a window and immediately gets destroyed by Rook, who's standing there in that tower. So again, a blitz with little to no impact. Junas has been down. I think he might have even fallen off the roof, going by his location there. There's no way he could have been shot in that angle.
No, I'd say he fell down.
I think he fell off the roof.
Gets a little slippery near the edge,
Yes, it does, very much so. But we see this far window opened up by Easy Loss again, same as we saw last time in Oregon, but it's very hard to get inside here and get that plant down because of how open it is from the inside. So, it's just being very slow and cautious. They know Rook is in this tower as well. So, the grenade flies in, he comes out, picks the wrong target, and gets dropped and knifed by Wilkie. Nicely played, Wilkie, there with that grenade, forcing him to come outside and into his crosshairs. Frost trap down, and the barbed wire keeping Thatcher, keeping Junas pinned here at the top of these stairs. A little bit cautious. Yeah, one hit and then tries to pre-fire in case someone decides to come and peek him. It is not the case, so he finishes it off and heads into the armory. Druk now is in a perfect spot with that Frost to completely cover this corridor if someone pushes down there. Legno gets a great kill from behind the bomb, actually out onto the roof, and finishes Ash off. So they're picking these players off, and Gifu are once again in the numbers disadvantage.
It seems Sefue is kind of hesitant to attack. They have a strong defense, but they're a little bit...
I feel like they are very used to getting early picks against teams that are revealing...
Right, they seem to wait for the pick, and if they don't get it, they're...
I have a suspicion these guys have jumped off roofs intentionally to down themselves and revive with 50 health. Maybe?
Maybe.
I just don't see 2 players from the same team at this caliber and this level accidentally falling off roofs. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. But then again, he's also not being revived, so maybe he was shot. Maybe he said, it's not safe, don't come for me. And they're keeping the push going. But with 5 seconds left, I don't think they have much of a choice anyway. Gbots comes in for the kill at the last second. Druid does find Protex. Yeah, Wilkie
with the
fell.
SMG?
Wilkie fell with the SMG on front.
He's not using the shotgun.
Not using the shotgun of all things.
Wow.
Personally, I prefer it, but I'm just bad with shotguns.
Yeah.
I completely missed the time run around. I didn't realize how low it was getting. That kind of explains why he wasn't going to get Wilkie up.
Right.
Had no time to do so. Now we see him switch it up. So a nice, good defensive round again from Gbots.
New shield. New shield in play.
Very new shield in play. Let's see how they use it. Montage. Mountain to a whole different group of people. But we have picked the basement, where I feel the mayonnaise is going to be very, very useful. That full-length shield coming in through construction tunnels can be very, very powerful.
It's something you have to pay attention to, and he can just stay there and be a distraction. And if they ignore him, then he can do something. And if they don't...
If you look at the B-bomb site right here, there's this top doorway that comes from construction.
Yeah.
I've seen the many times I've seen that Montage stand in that doorway with his full shield up, because you can basically block the entire side from the bomb to the door, and someone can get in there and plant behind him.
Right.
I'd like to see it happen. I'd be interested to see if it does or not, but we're finding out. Sefue, again, very spread out, potentially even peeking a couple of windows. But taking a very slow start, looking for more drones. They didn't quite find enough people they wanted. Spending some more time in the drone, checking out this tower, and he is going to find Jonas on Pulse, hiding up the top of there. Now, they now know he is there. They now know to keep clear berth of that end of the building. And then the drone gets killed. Holes from the armory down here.
I've seen a lot of gunfights through that squishy floor.
Thermite is scared to go through that doorway. Very nice placement from that Sefue defender. I think it's Smoke that's up there with a shotgun.
Surprising. Usually Pulse is the one that does that. It's the perfect range shotgun down to faces.
That makes sense, but we've got Pulse up the other end, arguably the longer end of this building, all the way up and down here with his shotgun. Just seeking out information, trying to find each other and probe holes in. We do have a couple of players now pushing this tower end, but no one coming through that construction tunnel.
This is a very red skin.
It is a very red skin.
Very red.
Montage. Where are you, Montage? You doing shieldy things? Not really. Actually, going for those speedy early peeks down the stairs. This is kind of her entire strength. She's got a great weapon, and with the speed that she can peek at, she can be very, very slippery person to deal with. Wilkie, though, using that Mach 11, picks up 1 kill onto Legno.
Yet instead of peeking, she's fighting Doc, who has a lot more armor.
Yeah, she knows it wasn't like it was a quick peek, she had an idea. She saw exactly who that was. Saw they have lots of armor. Druid has picked up 1 kill. There we go. Wilkie gets onto, but Jonas is there to follow it up. And Jonas gets the second one. Downs down Ion up there in the bedroom. That's a very big moment there for Sefue. That puts them strongly in the advantage now in a 4-for-2. Crib is downed, so he's got to be got up, but they know Jonas is up there, so he's very, very cautious about reviving this player.
Pick up the mayonnaise.
He's actually caught in a frost trap. I didn't notice that. So nice frost trap him right in the bottom of the stairs. It's a very dark location, but Jonas hears him get up and puts him straight back down again. Ash has the diffuser, but she's got 4 people to find, 2 of them being Rook and Doc, which are very, very tanky players. She comes down the stairs, finds 1, drops him, very nice headshot. Sprays through the wall for the second one, now has to reload, but she knows Jonas is upstairs. So
if
he keeps back.
If there's any class to clutch with, I think it's Ash with the peaks, honestly.
Looking for a second one in the little corner. Didn't hear the footsteps and is dropped from the side by Protex. Very patient play by Frost, sitting in that little laundry closet. Knew I have a shotgun. If he comes close to me, I'm going to react fast enough and I'm going to drop him. And as a result, it brought him right into that bomb site and into Protex's crosshairs. So Gbots are in a very, very strong position with that defense. But it is still 1-for-1. This map is still very, very early on. Let's see where they start. Laundry room, supply room. So basement again now for Gbots on their defense.
So it seems both teams are having a very hard time attacking on this map.
Very much so. And we mentioned before on the analyst desk how teams on the attack had been doing very well on our first game of the day. on plane, as we had the overtime, was very much 50-50 between attacking defenders.
Right.
But these two teams having a much better time defending. Oh. Another Frost Trap down in that corner towards the basement. Reinforcing the far end, Legno and Druid. 4 players, still 3 now, still in that basement from Gbots. 2 more. Protex has a drone in the dining room, but doesn't have eyes on anyone. Choi reinforcing above that bomb site. That trapdoor is so incredibly powerful for gaining control of that A-bomb site.
It definitely is. Especially with the advantage you have looking down as opposed to looking up.
Yeah. All cameras taken out very, very quickly. As to be expected. And to be fair, Sefue felt very safe. They got to the building very, very quickly this time around. They did not expect any peekers from the outside. Junas pre-firing a couple of walls again. That's a breach that I never expected to see, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't think any of these guys would do that kind of stuff. He feels so incredibly safe doing that.
I think they're trying to mix it up. I mean, they've been trying to play for that pick and it hasn't been working, so just get inside.
Yeah, get inside, get quick, and it's worked so far. They picked up the first kill. Sefue on Blitz actually picked up a kill. Blitz has done something useful. That shield opened up with 1 kill. Now, looking for a second. Always seeing a shield crouch walk is amusing because it still makes so much noise.
Yeah. I mean, but it does protect your feet.
It does protect your feet a lot better. So yes, it's not completely useless, but still makes me giggle. Ash then looking at the same kind of peak we saw from last time around. Just taking control of this meter room, taking control of that tower, waiting for his team to get into position to push the other end of the map. 4 players from Gbots once again now down in the objective room, but doesn't really matter because as you see from Protax here and Sefue upstairs, they're still scared that they're in the rest of the building and are taking their time to clear it out. So even though you're not actively putting pressure on it, Gbots are wearing down this clock already, just with the threat and the possibilities.
Even with the pick, it's almost still down to a minute, 5v4.
Yeah, and now we see the thermite going off, the hole's being blown. Everyone's starting to group up again from Sefue, all in one direction, which arguably has been their problem a couple of times. Wow, the C4 takes Sefue out from a mile away, but Legno has immediately responded. Junas takes him out. 1-for-1 trade again. 50 seconds left. Grenades flying left, right, and center. Looking for that opening. Is it safe to drop down? Is it safe to go down the stairs? They're not sure. They're looking for this angle. You mentioned how strong it is when you're looking down from top down, and they are using it to the best of their ability right now, but they've realized they're not getting any more time to go down these stairs. Once barbed wire has been broken, but there's even more. Sledge is slowly taking them out, but every time he does, it gives away position information again. And now there's 2 on the stairs, and the Frost at the bottom. Frost gets 1, Frost gets 2.
Got them both. Neither one of them.
Brilliant play from Choi, prone in this corner, on top of a trap as well. Catches them both by surprise, and once again we see the power of shotguns. Druid now finishes off Easy Losses, pushing from the other side. They also know where the last remaining member is, and Junas drops for Gbot to take the lead.
I think the key mistake there on the attacking team was crossing his teammate where Frost was.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both looked at exactly the same spot. They were both looking up the end of the bomb site far away. No one was looking at their feet, no one was looking close. If you're going to be 2 people pushing, look at different locations.
Exactly.
It's the kind of things you don't expect teams at this level to be making mistakes for. You think they've got that, trust in each other. Exactly, and they've lost them around. So very well played Gbots once again. Choi, by the way, is having a phenomenal series of games. He went 11 and something on the first map. He's now doing very, very well again.
His shoulders have to be getting sore.
Very much so. Or maybe it's just a Super 90, I don't know, maybe. So we see Sefue now on the defense. They're coming upstairs. They're looking at this A and B bomb sites again in the dorm rooms. But it hasn't really been so successful for them in the past. Junas once again on that pulse, looking for these very aggressive rooms. Trying to take out as many drones as he can. Does find a couple, so there's not too much information inside for Gbots in the main building, but we can still see 3 drones left up. And for the next 5 seconds, it looks like they're going to survive it.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
There we go. So Ash coming from the construction this time around instead of the street that we saw before. We do see Junas looking to come out of a couple of windows, but he's still got that shotgun, so don't imagine he'll be too much of a danger if he does so. Ash gets up to the building. I love this little spot. Peek under the door.
It is
Seems
brutal.
So much information inside there.
That
Not
one little
much
spot is
danger.
why the tower is not a good place for the bomb.
Yep, because that's right onto a bomb site if the bomb was put in there. So
Although I have seen a lot of defenders go to the window down to his left back. There's a door back
Yes,
there that you can
garage.
actually run out there and just wipe all the people who are peeking through that crack.
that's true. But again, organized teams, in theory, someone will be watching that garage and not letting that happen. So
Right.
another reason why that tower bomb site ain't no good. Oh. They haven't really cleared the tower. They peeked through the bottom of it, and that's it. And now they're going to start going up onto walls. So they're a little bit of a risk coming here from Gbots, but let's see if it pays off for them. So we can see Ash up onto one roof. We do actually have a couple of players now moving through that tower, but Judas is still very close. Protect's watching the main entrance stairways. Easy loss, forced to move now that he knows they're close to those windows. It's not safe, and possibly grenades coming in through it. Gifu again sitting very, very cautiously at one end. Junas is low and gets taken out by Drid, clearing that tower perfectly. Is a pair of them, Drid and Lion, using both Thermite and Twitch in there. In fact, there's a third player in there with that fast fire rate, even against the shotgun, able to pick up that kill.
With the rate of fire in the FAMAS, it's basically a shotgun that puts all the pellets straight out. You know, it comes out so fast.
Down he goes. Looks for a next window. The rest of Sefue sitting very, very static inside at the moment. They are a bit more spread out than before, but being so static has bit them in the butt a couple of times. Choi looking to peek a window. Easy loss is in there. They do start to trade back and forth, and Choi picks up the kill again. The guy is on fire, and that is complete control of that B bomb site. When he feels safe enough to go in, that is one bomb site in Gbot control. And again, 5 members still alive for them. Sefue only 1. Crip does take down Protex, and then there's only 2 defenders left. They know where they are. Will is dropped. And Gifu has to find them all. 5v1. Does drown one, but Drid quickly answers and drops him in the back.
I thought he was going to get him through the bookcase or that shelf there.
Through the walls, he was tagging him a couple of times, but I don't think he realized it, so he didn't keep shooting. But that definitely got him in the back. Very well played, Gbots again. This is what Sefue wanted to do. They wanted to go for these slow pushes and picking off one at a time.
Right.
It never worked for them because Gbots were aggressive and shot them back in the process, or hid very well, and then it pushed them when they tried to push. Here, Gbots have been allowed to slowly edge their way in and catch people off guard and pick up the kills.
And once they're into that top floor is so... You can shoot through everything.
Yeah.
The whole top floor, you can shoot through all of it. So once you let them up there, they have the assault rifles, they have way better penetration. It's just... You become a quick disadvantage on the defending team.
Yeah. Now Gbots has chosen the same location, of course, because it's better than that damn tower. And let's see if they can show Sefue how to defend this site. The only thing is, if they do win this round, not only do they go match point, they are forced to take the tower spawn next.
Right.
So if they reach a defender round again, but we'll wait and see. That's a long way off as we are our last 5 rounds of this prep phase. Drone's still alive in a couple of key locations here from Sefue, but we do see 2 key members of Gbots in a very interesting position. Choi actually pushing out straight into construction, but there was no one spawning there this time around. So he's looking for that cheeky peek that they haven't done before. It doesn't work off. Crip tries to go for a spray through a window. Doesn't get the kill this time around, but he has seen Blitz come in there before, which is why he tried for it. Now forced to fall back, but again, it's slowed down this push from Sefue, as they know he's around somewhere, but can't be sure where.
Still on that blitz.
He's picked up 1 or 2 kills with it, but it's... I still can't help but feel there'd be more useful operators in a map with what is ultimately very, very close quarters. It's huge in its size, so it takes a lot of time to get from end to end.
Right.
But the firefights happen over very small spaces.
And once again, no Twitch.
Exactly. They're attacking with no Twitch. And I feel that Twitch is so much more powerful than a Vitz right now. Especially...
You get more intel with Twitch, you get an extra drone at the very least.
Yep.
Not to mention a very embarrassing kill, potentially.
Yes, we've seen one of those so far, which I'll admit, in the first game, amazed me. I did not think we'd see a Twitch kill in the Pro League at all, but hey, Twitch drone worked.
If I see a selfie today, I'll be all set.
So, Sefue have gained complete control of this middle section of the map. Looking to move their way up now in towards the objectives with all 5 members of Gbots alive again, but they are at a man advantage, having lost Thatcher very, very early on. do catch a glimpse of one player. He's not going to stick his head out there again without any kind of safety. He did, but he got super lucky with it. Now he's holding his corners. Wilkie's here. He's got Blitz with him. And they're not willing to go inside just yet. To be fair, Gbots are not holding that A-bomb site
They're
at all
not
right
at all.
now.
They could go right in and plant. There's nothing stopping them.
No, but they don't do this. There's a nice smoke through the wall. We do see Drid. That was a beautiful shot somehow, picking up that kill onto the roof. Ash trying to get up that one kill, runs out of ammo, switches to a pistol, and neither of them can make the shot stick. Both Castle and Ash on very, very low health right now. But Castle's in the advantage. He's the defenders. He can just fall back, and he does pick up a nice down, but goes for the kill.
Misses the trade,
Gets away with it.
Whiffs it.
Protax missing those shots. He's going to be kicking himself because now they're in a 5v2, 4v2. We do see the flash coming out now from Sefue. He picks up one kill, picks up a second back to the flash. I take it all back. Blitz is useful. Here we go. He's only got 20 health left, but he's got plenty of smokes now. He can completely cover this A bomb site with it. Can they get the diffuser up and through the windows? Uses this bookshelf as cover, but it's not perfect, and he takes a lot of damage through underneath it, but they have planted the diffuser behind him. Now it's on Gbots to push in and take it. They've got 3 members. They've got to find 2. They know where Blitz is, and they know Thermite's outside.
Wow.
Third kill comes in for Blitz. He does get dropped, but Protax is down outside. Do they know he's down? They do. They're going straight in for the defuse. And that is round number 4 on the board for Gbots, and it is suddenly life or death for Sefue.
I don't know if Blitz just panicked, but I'm pretty sure he had more flashbangs still, correct?
He did, but he was shot through the wall to his left. So
But that close? Oh, yeah, okay.
It'd be nice, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. But finally seeing some use from him. He picked up a couple of very important kills and allowed that plant to go down, but unfortunately, even Blitz cannot stand up to 3 different angles of fire coming his direction. Trey again, there he goes, 7-2. He's having a phenomenal game. Easy loss, unfortunately less so. But we'll see. It is match point now for Gbots. They are on the attack, which, in all fairness, on this map and this game series so far, hasn't been the most successful for both of our teams. But we'll see where they can put it off. Basement again spawned for Sefue. They are looking to lock things down as the drones start getting spotted and destroyed. And now once again we see Junes spreading out, looking to hunt them down and clear them out before the round starts so that he can safely roam around.
I think kind of almost to the opposite of Plane being such a small map, making it hard for attackers. This is such a big map that with a 3-minute timer, you don't have a lot of time to look for the roamers, but you have a lot of space to roam.
Yes,
exactly. Which really gives the defending team an advantage. You can hide anywhere and wait. And if they don't come find you, then they're always going to have to worry about where's that 5th guy at.
Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out for Junes so far this time around. He's been trying to hide and trying to do exactly that, but he keeps getting found out every time he tries to flank from behind. So let's wait and see if he can make it work one time or another, because I think you're right. It will be a complete game changer in the round if he finally gets that perfect flank off and with that shotgun take that 2 or 3 people. Looking again to come in the same direction from the junkyard to clear out this entire end of the building with another very big, powerful shield and work your way down towards the objective. As you mentioned, you can't spend 3 minutes coming in one spawn and spreading out, looking at the building, coming back again. Start at the opposite ends from the bombs, work back towards it, clear them out as you go.
Exactly.
Again, slow movement from Montage as he's got even more drones spinning around. A couple of them get picked off, but they're getting information from it, but you can see that silhouette in the wall on his pulse heartbeat sensor. He knows someone's close.
I think he might have lost him, though.
I think he may have. He's flanking around. He's actually gone upstairs. Thatcher gets taken out by a C4. Very nice play from Junes on that window. Choi.
Is that the first C4 kill we've seen today?
We saw one earlier on. Blitz was killed through the floor. It went up and blew him up. But we see Ash now in the tunnel above the meeting hall. Open it up completely. No reinforcements, no one in there. This is something Gbots had put someone in there every time. But that was when they were defending upstairs. Now, Junes and Wilkie are up here, and Gbots know about it. One goes down, Wilkie's dropped from outside by Thermite on the rappel. But they know there's a second one up there. They know Junes likes to lurk, and they can hunt him down. But they've only got 1 minute and 20 to do so. There's the shotgun on his screen. He didn't see it. Lion gets dropped, but Junes is immediately replied, and Troy trades him off. That's got to be heartbreaking. But hey, he got the trade. It's 1-1, and it's 3v3 now for the last minute of this round. They still know, obviously, the objectives are in the basement, but they're yet to get down there themselves. But with 2 roamers down, they know the last 3 players are in here. coming down the stairs. Blitz first, sorry, Montage first. Looking for the smokes out. Covering this in complete end. They're spraying through the wall just in case someone's there, and Protax is.
Not quite sure what
picked up
Twitch
by
is
Cross. Very nice kill, taking down Montage. Now he's pushing with the shotgun. Ash gets out of there in the last second. But Twitch, where are you?
Twitch is taking a lot slower movement back there.
Running very, very slowly. And to be fair, Choi is very aggressively inside this bomb site, considering there's no pressure from any other location from Drid right now.
Can he see the gun barrel right there?
I'm not sure, but he knows he can. He can see it peeking in and out.
Yeah.
He knows Sefue's in there anyway because he's been peeking in and out and running away. So he's waiting for that peek. But he doesn't know that.
Oh, he's on the other side.
Easy lost kills Drid. Now they know the last player's in here, and Gbots can't quite finish off that.
They had the pinch, but they didn't move together, you know what I mean?
Exactly. As soon as
Twitch was kind of lagging behind them. They were in the point. They had nothing to do, and Twitch was still outside.
But there is the power of roamers. They spent so much time there and so much resources killing those two roamers down, which they had to do, admittedly. You couldn't just ignore them. That when they came to attack the final bomb site, they kind of had nothing left. They didn't have any drones left, they didn't have many grenades or any specials left, and they were picked off one at a time.
Especially knowing the roamer is a pulse.
Yes.
It prevents you now from really moving quick.
So Gbots back on the defense now in the basement, completely threw out the fact that apparently they've never successfully defended this. And, and they are looking still for their match point. That being said, they came back from a 3-1 before. Can Sefue come back from a 4-1? Can they force an overtime here? Is that the beginnings of what's just happened? Choi reinforcing the floor, and they're reinforcing the wall next to it. Notice that again, they have to use both thermites on that location if they want that amazing angle through the teaching room into the basement. We'll see whether that is played out or not. Gbots last time around, 4 players staying inside the basement to defend this. Let's see if they do the same again. Gifu.
Which again, I think this is a map where you're at least 2 roamers. I mean, no less than 2 roamers.
To have 2 roamers.
It really is. With a 3-minute timer, that's so much map to clear.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. And even if they get the one, as you mentioned, the second one can do so much damage. You force them to use up so much time around the rest of the map.
Right.
Gifu using his blitz again, and once more they're coming from the opposite ends of the site and working their way towards clearing it as they go. Easy loss now. Checking the tower with drones rather than checking people that we saw a couple of times, and there is a rook hiding up there. The drone comes up the stairs, checks behind the corner, is immediately killed, but it does force rook to move now. He knows he's been spotted in the tower somewhere, and they're gonna come and hunt for him. Safe range breach then, of course. Ash does not want to stick her head in there when she knows there's someone close, and she knows she just forced him to move, so he could be coming towards, could be coming aggressive right now to try and catch him off guard. So making sure he's doing this very, very safely and from a distance. But at the same time, he's keeping rook pinned in that location. She can further up the tower.
Really bunkered in there.
Ash is going to come in now to clear him out of that tower. She has to clear every single level and waste even more time to get to him. So.
And they're already down to a minute 30 again with 10 people up.
Very, very smart play from that rook player. But the main entrance has been breached. One hole has been made through that floor, and Gifu is trying to get some shots down through there with his blitz shield to hide himself. But there's a shotgun waiting for him, and he knows it. He's traded a couple of shots back and forth with it. Doesn't want to do it a couple of times more. Looking to make that move down the stairs while they've got friends upstairs this time to look through the hole. Let's see if they make that same mistake again, or if they're checking their angles properly this time. Frost is pushing into the shotgun, does get flashed, and there's Protax this time to immediately return the kill, so they're not falling for it again. Gbots have got one down player in there, but he gets docked up, actually, as we still have 4 members left alive. Rook's still pinned in that tower. The smokes go out here in the AA bomb site, looking to cover it off as the diffuser goes down, and Sefue are suddenly in a very strong position. Smoke goes out to push them back and off the side, but Smoke runs straight through it himself. Can he get the kill onto the shot, onto the shield? He gets flashed and has to fall back, but he does get another smoke on the corner, and he's downed Blitz. They've still got to get to that diffuser. It is still
they have a plant
5.
with 9
up the stairs he
up.
comes, but Protax is there. Thermite picks up 2 kills, which are very, very important as the defender comes through. And here is the flank from upstairs. Dog gets down. 4 members of Sefue left alive. Castle's got to do it all. He's downed a couple of players, but he's only got a mere 20 seconds left. Comes to the stairs, does take out 1 kill. There's still 2 members up. One of them is downed. Can he get back to the diffuser? He's got 7 seconds. He's got to hold this. Sledge is now looking to finish him off. It should be an easy kill.
Oh,
It is right at the last second. Gifu playing it with fire, but
That was
Castle almost.
all with a pistol, too. That was all with a pistol.
Second too. With the pre-fire came through.
He needed 1 good smack, and it was done.
1 last second on that diffuser. Very, very close. But it's there. It's 4 and 3. Sefue are closing the gap back down again.
But you see, they got the bomb down with 9 players up.
Yeah, 9 players
Just
alive.
because of that smoke
Thanks to
push.
smokes and the shield. Thanks
Took
to
out the one guy on the point, smoked it, planted.
standing there. Sefue back to the upstairs spawn with their bombs. We are back to having no blitz. I like this. No blitz. Blitz is useful, and we got the plant down there, and we got a couple of kills last time. Sefue pushed
sick
this
of
bomb
seeing
site. But Twitch just
We're back to our
so
Fave
much
5,
better.
you know?
Yeah, they are Fave 5.
The Fave 5.
I like that. Junus once again on that drone hunt, looking for that little spot that he can hide in, catch people by surprise. They're going to expect him every time that this time around. All about whether or not he can stay alive that time. Like, Ash was completely out of that fight until the last 20 seconds because she was spending so much time looking for that rook in the tower. Oh, Junus is peeking out the construction spawn. Doesn't get any kills, but there were 4 of them there. So
That's a peak that I have never understood. It is not that good. You get detected. I never understood that one. But
you get detected as you start shooting, so
Right.
it's kind of already there. And you're right in the sense that in this level of play where people are watching every possible spawn peak,
You're
it
right.
should never work, which it didn't. But like in matchmaking or in casual, whatever,
I'm shocked he
it's
didn't
so
die.
easy to pick up people there that are just sprinting the thing.
Oh, well,
safe and complete.
I mean, in casual, it's easy to do that on any door.
That's very, very true. But you're right. Doing it at this level is a very, very risky move, especially someone that, again, is running a shotgun.
Right.
Oh.
Although,
Information though he got back, he's okay, but he's still taking a lot of damage and in fact falls down to Crypt. So once more, Junus on the roam doesn't really do anything.
right, because now they knew his general idea, you know? Now
Yeah.
they can just push him and 5v1 him.
Push him, swarm in, and they didn't have to care about the rest of the map. They know they've got 1 roamer down now. They can start pushing in and to
And the
on this
hardest
upper
one, the
bomb
pulse
site.
at
Yeah,
that.
and on this upper bomb site, Sefue have only been running the 1 roam. So they
Right.
know now that the rest of the map is quite likely very, very clear. And they're right. All 4 of them are now locked in here around the bomb site. So they are very quickly, with 1:45 left, starting to pressure the objective.
Which is a lot more time than the attacking teams have had on average.
Choi up on his window again. He won some easy fights with easy loss here last time around. Twitch drone is checking a couple of bedrooms. Edges its way through towards the stairs and catches eyes on a couple of people. Spray through the wall comes in, does tag a little bit, but it forces Frostad into a position where she gets taken down by that Thermite.
Oh,
Play behind this
right
bookshelf.
through the wall in the face.
Perfect play.
Right at him. I call bull.
Second one in the corridor has been spotted, and he picks the second one. Crip gets
That's
easy lost
good.
down. 1 member left from Sefue, and Gbots are
at that.
looking like they're going to take their 5th round. TwitchBot is trying to come and scare him away. He has downed 1 player, but there's grenades waiting, and there's 4 members of Gbots pushing in. Crawled out to safety and has been revived. All 4 of them. Does down
Yes,
another
yes,
1.
11.
Completely finishes him off. 3 to go. The diffuser's still not down. He's looking for a second one, but he can't find it. Choi will finish him off, and in true fashion, as he's done all around, picked up so many kills and seals the deal.
That was a beautiful wallbang.
That was quite something. Sefue, a squad where, as I said, they qualified 3rd. They came in behind Penta and Ara.
Right.
Were arguably on those stats some of the very strongest teams here, but Gbots reverse swept first time round. Very convincingly took the early rounds here. Let it slip a little way, but I've turned it back on them his time. And honestly, I've shown us exactly why Simon had such faith in
Yeah,
them
Simon
being one of the
definitely thought Gbots was one of the contenders, and clearly they are. I mean, that turnaround was...
It's quite something. I want to talk more about House completely as well, because it's the first time we've seen that map here in the Pro League. It's very, very new. And there's so many little angles in there people hadn't seen before. That trapdoor in the dining room. Below that trapdoor, pull the window down, look at it from
straight
the
down to
master
the
bedroom, and
garage.
you can see outside.
Right.
Perfect. Not many people have seen that. I personally hadn't seen that in matchmaking for a while, but
Right.
it was here and they were using it, and it slowed down that ash push over and over again.
Yeah.
But then there's bomb sites that I still feel were given up a little bit easily. Okay, they won, so I can't harp on them too hard, but Gbots just allowing Sefue to get into that garage every time. They'd reinforce the garage door and force the thermite out, but why not then stick one person in laundry and just have a couple of pot shots as they come into?
Yeah, that's very surprising. Is after losing the garage, letting it open up and not having somebody to play from laundry.
Yeah, the first time they picked the gym bomb site, they lost the round because of it. They just gave up the laundry, they gave up the gym site with ease, and they had to try and retake it and lost for it. But this time around, they didn't need to do such a thing.
Right.
But we are going to go back to our stage with our wonderfully gorgeous stage host, who this time he knows it's me because he can see me. But we have an interview on stage with one of our winners. Take it away, Sean.
Thank you so much. I am joined by Crep from the Gbots. What a phenomenal show. Standing here, obviously excited to be playing in the Pro League. How do you feel? How does the team feel?
I feel very, very good. This is completely impressive. I have never been in an event like this. It's for me, it's completely awesome. For my team also, my team is very, very happy to be here. And all the teams are good people. It's a good chance to make something outside from our countries.
Now, obviously, you're here standing on the stage for the Pro League. You're a newly formed team that have come together to play Rainbow Six here. What's the environment been? What's the energy been for your team playing there? You said before you were a little nervous, excited to be here, going up against Gifu, but you guys played really well.
Yes, I think we are really playing really well. We make good results in Spain. So we are here now. We are nervous. We are very nervous. I have to be honest. But I don't know. We have another match to win. Everything is okay. I think it's good.
Now, later on today, I can see right here that you'll be going up against Penta, which everybody said is one of the strong teams. Are you thinking about that? Are you watching those guys? Are you familiar with them?
Yeah, we have always practicing with them in online matches, online qualifiers. They play really good. They are maybe top 1 or 2 in the world, I think, at the moment. I'm very happy to play versus them. It's a good opportunity, more if we are in this event. So we are very happy to play versus them.
Well, we're very, very happy to have you. Thank you so much, Crep. You played fantastically. What a great team. What an absolutely great job they did. And of course, Gifu, let's not forget them. They played phenomenally well too. I'm sure that there's some analysis to be broken down. I can see that Jen is over there. So I'm going to say for now, Jen, over to you.
I'm going to take this one instead of Jen. It is going to be Munchables once again.
All right,
but I am joined by Jen. I'm also joined by Aaron. And we're joined by James as well, or X-Storm from TCM. So welcome to the desk, my friend. And obviously, you guys have already played today. You've already been on the stage. First thing I want to touch on is a lot of you guys, a lot of you players here haven't really played on stage before. What's that initial feeling like? What's it like when you step up in front of the crowd?
It's a pretty nervous feeling. Inside, you really want to do well, but the moment you start playing the game, the nerves kick in.
Yeah. Do you feel like once you're actually in game, once you're kind of 2 rounds apiece, do you kind of forget that you're on stage, or is it just constantly there in your mind that you're like?
It's constantly there in the mind.
Okay, so a lot of nerves on the board for some of these teams. So let's talk about the match that we've just seen. It was Sefue up against the Gbots. Now, our predictions beforehand, unfortunately, Jen, twice in a row it felt like Sefue maybe could have come back into it.
Possible.
They started so well at the beginning. I was pretty happy. I was getting cocky, and then...
Yeah. I think it was like a 3-0 start for them in the first map, and then reverse sweep came out of Gbots, just got 5 rounds in a row.
I think they gave a good showing.
Yeah.
And I thought I really enjoyed seeing Gbot at the end. He seemed so happy and humbled to be there. It makes me really want to root for them.
Yeah, and as well, like humble victors, as you say, going over, shaking hands, saying good game. And obviously you're going to be very happy with our very first 2-0 on the board with your prediction.
Yes, I did guess that. They potentially had a chance to come back with the smoke right at the end, and I was thinking, is that going to happen again?
Yeah.
but it didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of that 1 versus 4. We've
Yeah,
seen
I was
smoke.
thinking, is this going to happen again, really?
We've
Smoke
seen it
again?
a couple of times, and unfortunately, that did happen to you guys, I believe, in the first 2 games. I'm trying to think who it was that actually wiped you guys out, but it was a smoke, that's for sure. And
It was disappointing.
Yeah, I can imagine that's kind of one of the less exciting feelings when you're in a tournament and someone.
It was. Well, we had 4 players alive. They had 1, and he came back and clutched it.
Yeah, we've seen a few rounds like that as well, and in fact, one of the rounds we saw in the second game, I can't remember, I think it was Ehoy, I don't know if I'm saying that player name correctly, but hid underneath the stairs as Frost, I think, got like a triple shotgun.
Got that 3 people, yeah.
Yeah, just beautiful. But
beautiful shotgun.
Yeah, let's talk about the way these guys played, because it felt like a fairly different play style to what we've seen in the first 4 games, because we both scorelines ended up being 5-3 in the end, but it definitely felt like kind of 2 minutes of very slow, very cautious play, and then suddenly, boom, someone flicks the switch and everyone goes absolutely nuts. Do you think that was to do with the 2 maps we had, or do you think that was to do with the teams themselves?
That's a good question. I will throw it over to you.
I think it's basically down to the maps, like House. The way the defenders spread out, they'd be spreading themselves around the windows. So when the attackers breach, it's going to be a hard time to get in.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you think that's why attackers took? We've seen Montang for the first time. Do you think that's why, like, to try to get in more efficiently?
It's a good possibility of that, because with Montaigne, you can extend the shield. You can just walk into the house and give information where the defenders are.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to bring the conversation now around to we've had 6 out of our 8 teams play so far. We've still got 2 kind of wild cards, I suppose, coming in that haven't actually hit the stage just yet. So far in the Pro League, I'm going to go along the line. Who do you think are kind of favourites to be at that top of the scoreboard? Who are your sort of maybe top 3, top 4?
TCM. I think you did really well.
Thank you.
Aria. Penta, obviously heard good things, and Gbots. That's what I'll probably go with, just on the fly.
Okay.
So far, yeah.
What about you, Jen?
I feel like I want to actually concur with you.
Okay.
The teams I've heard the most being talked about have been Area and Penta for sure. I'm not sure if it's because of the background as well, because like Penta is a well-known competitive team, so I feel like it adds weight to the team to have that name on them.
Yeah, and also the kind of resources that come with that as well. The kind of, obviously, big organisations like Epsilon, like TCM.
I think they've been doing well in general as well, haven't they, Penta? That's why they've got that kind of hype behind them as well.
And what are your kind of predictions for the top few teams?
Gbot, Penta, and Era. They are all really good aimers.
Okay. And I assume you're being humble, not saying yourself. But,
just leave that open.
It must feel fairly awkward saying, yeah, we're going to be the best. But I'm sure you're quietly confident yourselves as well. But our next game, it is going to be France versus Italy, Epsilon versus Dat Flamers. Now, from what I've been chatting to you guys about, you're all feeling fairly heavily one-sided on this one. How do you think this one's going to pan out? We'll start with you, Storm.
Epsilon are a really great team. They have a good team spirit.
Yep.
Dat Flamers are pretty much a new team, so they're not going to really have tactics, and but I think they could do well. But Epsilon will come out on top.
Okay, so Epsilon going to take this one.
I feel like I want to say Epsilon, but because the last time I went for the opposite of everybody, I will stick to my guns and I'm going to go for the other team. Take
okay,
that.
so we've got one for Epsilon and one for Dat Flamers. What about yourself,
I said
Aaron?
Epsilon, like, when I saw the name. I know, again, it's a name I know.
Yep.
I don't know how good they are at this game, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to say Epsilon. 2-0.
Okay, absolutely. So we've got 2-1 in favour of Epsilon then. We'll see whether they're going to be able to take this one. I believe we're going to head into a short break before we head into our 4th match of the day. But after this one, we're going to see who's going to be at the top of that scoreboard and who's going to be down at the bottom. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere.